Hello and welcome to this session on webhooks. In today's demo, we'll explore what webhooks are, how they work, and their applications in modern integration workflows. By the end, you'll have a clear understanding of how webhooks can automate processes and streamline communication between systems effortlessly. Now, the question is, what are webhooks? Webhooks are user-defined HTTP callbacks that allow applications to exchange information in real time. Now that we understand what a webhook is, let's talk about how it works. Webhooks are event-driven mechanisms that send real-time data updates to your application whenever a triggering event occurs, like a new payment, a form submission, or a file upload. The webhook sends the data directly to your predefined URL. This eliminates the need for repetitive manual polling, saving time and server resources. However, while webhooks are incredibly efficient, setting them up traditionally poses a challenge. The conventional method of integrating webhooks requires a development team to code and maintain the system. This process is often time-consuming and complex, involving multiple layers of testing, error handling, and security configurations. For organizations without dedicated resources, this can lead to delays and technical hurdles. But what if I told you there's a solution that simplifies this entire process? Yes, eZintegration, a platform designed to make webhook setup and integration seamless. With eZintegration, you can configure, monitor, and manage webhooks without requiring extensive coding knowledge or a dedicated developer team. It's all about empowering you to focus on your operations while we handle the complexity in the background. Webhooks are the backbone of automation for some of the most recognized organizations worldwide. Let's look at a few examples. Organizations like Stripe, PayPal, Razorpay, Square, Shopify, WooCommerce, Magento, Slack, Microsoft Teams, Discord, GitHub, GitLab, Bitbucket, Calendly, Zoom, Zendesk, Salesforce, HubSpot, Notion, Intercom, MailChimp, Google Drive, AWS, Edible, Dropbox, and countless others. These companies use webhooks to automate their workflows and provide seamless experiences to their users. Alright, now let's bring this all together with a live example. Something practical and easy to relate to. Imagine this. You're working in HubSpot CRM and you've just added a new contact. Let's say, Mr. John, normally you'd need a developer or a custom solution to move this data to another system, right? But here's where eZintegration and webhooks make your life so much easier. First, let me explain how we can configure the eZintegration with HubSpot. I'll log into my HubSpot developer account and navigate to the Automations section. Under Automations, we'll find Workflows. I'll click on Create Workflow and choose the option to start from scratch. Since we're working with contacts, I'll select Contact-Based Workflow and hit Next. Now it's time to set up the triggers. I'll click on Set Up Triggers and choose the condition when contact creation date is greater than today. Essentially, we're saying this workflow will activate every time a new contact is created. I need to select contact properties under that I will be selecting the contact create date and set up a criteria that when contact is equal to. Let me select today's date and click on Done and save it. Next, for the action, I'll choose Send a Webhook. This is where we'll paste the webhook URL provided by eZintegration. I will be selecting Method as Post and setting up the link here. Once the link is added, I'll click Save and then turn the workflow on. Now that the workflow is live, let me show you how it works in real time. I'll quickly create a new contact in HubSpot. Let's add a contact named Mr. John. I will click on Create Contact, then this form will open. Let me put up an email and first name and click on Create. The webhook is triggered and John's data flows directly through eZintegration. And what does eZintegration do? It takes over from there. Without you lifting a finger, the platform processes that data, transforms it if needed, and sends it to any target system you choose. To set this up in eZintegration, it's very simple. I will be selecting the source type and setting up the link for the Get the Data when it's triggered through HubSpot. And as you can see, the data is being loaded. We have name, email, and phone number. As we speak about its application, want it in your marketing tool? Done. Need it in another CRM? No problem. The whole process is seamless and most importantly automatic. What's great about this is that you don't need to worry about coding or figuring out API details. eZintegration does the heavy lifting, ensuring the data flows exactly where it needs to go in real time. Hey, I will be sending it to Data Lake, which is provided by Bizdata, where we can use the data for visualization using Goldfinch analytics. Let me start the service, and as you can see here in streaming logs, the data is received. You can send this data to any enterprise application via API integrated into a database, to chatbot, or even notify your team instantly through Slack or any other application. Let's pause here for a second. Can you imagine how much time and effort this saves your team? Instead of manually exporting, importing, or chasing down integrations, everything just works. It's efficient, it's reliable, and it's all happening in the background.